Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Que lo que? So, this is most likely going to be part one of three videos I compile regarding this project in my property, which is Tesla solar roof, not panels, but solar roof. And this is going to be video number one of the teardown. The teardown actually took roughly 2 days. Originally, I was told that it was going to take 3 days, but being that there was some rain coming in that uh, week, they ended up getting the job done in 2 days instead of the three. And that's completely tearing down the roof, as you see right now in a bit of a fast motion replay of the men working in the middle of a heat wave. Shouts out to them. Uh, in the drone footage, which a great friend of mine goes by the name of Dez helped me out by letting me borrow his drone for a few weeks. And if it's still going a little fast, it's just for the simple fact that I just escalated the playback for lack of making this video extremely long. But as you see there, they're ripping the top of the front of the roof and above the garage. Here's another footage of them if you're looking at them from the top, from the three side, which is the rear of the house. With the solar roof, Tesla solar roof, they have to completely tear down your roof to the plywood. Now, if you just got shingles, metal, whatever kind of roof material, if you just got it done recently or you were in the need of replacing it sometime soon, like I was told numerous times, as you can see right there in that little corner, some of the shingles started popping up. Although I never had a leak in the house, with the exception of where the men are working at right now, of the skylight, which a good colleague of mine ended up patching up for us. Uh, you're gonna have to completely rip your roof apart to the plywood. If there's any plywood that is damaged, they would definitely replace it. Hopefully, it's nothing too crazy because the prices of wood at the time of this video is still a little ridiculous. In my situation of my particular roof, I was told by the manager of the subcontractors, which you're seeing right now, that they only had to replace one plywood from the entire house. I think it was right above the garage, which is on the right hand side right now. I'm not too sure, kind of forgot. But no matter what, everything would be, you still backed up and guaranteed, or anything happens by Tesla, but they do sublet out the roof tear down and the installation of that micro felt laminate, waterproofing, ice proofing, whatever you want to call it, um, barrier that goes above the plywood. Um, I'm trying to zoom in here as you see, so you can kind of get a good look of the condition of the plywood, and you will see in the next few seconds of them uh, actually removing the sticky tack underneath that layer, and how they kind of go about that. The project usually takes 3 days for them to tear down and waterproof seal the house, and then roughly another 3 days to a week of them adding the Tesla solar panel PV, non PV tempered glass. Every house is different. There are things that will occur as the time goes on, but that's what I was just told from my project, and my project definitely went way over than what they had anticipated. Um, that they ran into some complications of planning, of the engineering was all wrong. which I'll get into the following videos going forward. But for, as you see right now, I know it's going a little fast, I apologize. Uh, they really go a little crazy of waterproofing around the skylight, as you see there, extra layers, making sure that nothing seeps in going forward. Now, as you see in the upcoming few seconds, the end of the day of the tear down, my house kind of looks like straight out of a Batman movie, Two-Face, with half of it basically covered and waterproofed, and then the other half of the front of the house still has that shingles, and the back side of the house also has that shingle, as you see. Now they usually will do this continuously. They'll probably have a break in between if the weather permits, as far as tearing down and then adding the solar panels or active PV and non-PV. But due to the schedule out here in New York at the time, they asked me if I wanted to wait a week and get it done semi close together, or if I didn't mind getting the tear down done first and then waiting a week and a half for them to install the tempered glass panels, well, not panels, excuse me, the tempered glass solar roofing. And I didn't mind them doing it separately, because I figured that, thinking about it, it was actually a good thing for them to waterproof the house without the glass on it, just so I can dissect every, or to the best of my abilities, every corner of the house as far as any leakage or anything like that with the waterproofing, before adding that last layer of the tempered glass, which is just basically, aside from generating solar, another layer of protection from snow, ice, water, etc. So I'm not saying to go ahead and go by my experience. I'm just letting you know what was my thought process, why I had a week and a half of them doing the two parts of the project. So as you see here, this is day 2. I wasn't sure if I just woke up late or I'm getting home from work, but as you see, the back side of the house was already tore off, and they're basically finishing up the final touches of waterproofing that back side of the house. As you see, they still got the Two-Face side in the front, and now you basically see the final product of them completely tearing down the house of its old shingle roof, and now having it completely covered with that waterproofing layer that goes underneath the tempered glass of the Tesla solar roof. So as you see here, I'll zoom in or with the drone so you can see them working around that skylight. How much work they try to get around that. And I did have a leakage somewhere around there. They were able to patch it up down the road. They You got to think about it. These are subcontractors, and they'll do the best they can possibly can. But water will always find is the least resistant and find the littlest of cracks. And luckily, I was able to find this when it rained for the next 2 to 3 days. This was just before 4th of July weekend, so we did have a great amount of rain, which I was thankful for, because I was able to check every corner of the house, making sure that there was no leakage, that it was visible. I had a slight leakage around the roof of the chimney, which was noticeable in the morning. And once again, it just gets a little tedious when you get to the corners and alleyways of structures and stuff like that. Once again, they were very sympathetic. They addressed it to the best of their abilities. I haven't had any problems thus far yet as the recording of this video. This started, I believe, the 29th of June, and they were done with the teardown and waterproofing, as you see here, on the 30th of June. So then I had the 4th of July, and a week later, that's when they started adding the tempered glass onto the roof. So a good week and a half of seeing how good this layer of protection was. Just trying to show you guys how it looks up close. These are things, unless you have it in your hands, probably will never see this layer ever again, God forbid. You know, that's the plan at least. So, you know, the next video I'll definitely show you basically halfway of the project, the adding the tempered glass and all that nature. Appreciate you guys' time.